Hi, this is Chris with PausYoga.com, and today I'm going to be taking you through a sequence that's meant to obliterate your stress. So I feel that most of us have fairly stressful lives these days with the state of the world and our go society, and all of us can use a little bit of stress reduction. But it's even more important for those of us who are living with HIV, because the virus, even if you are in really good health, undetectable, all that, just puts the body in a state of chronic stress. So I'm going to be taking you through some twists, which are really good at reducing tension, some forward folds that are really good at reducing stress, a little bit of stuff around sort of opening up the neck and shoulders, because we all have neck tension, I think. I know I do. And I'm also going to be sort of in parts of the class sort of bringing us up, building a little bit of heat, and then doing really relaxing things, because that process of sort of bringing the body up and then taking it down really helps to teach the body how to deal with stress. So yeah, you will need a chair. You will need some sort of thick towel or blanket or something for the very last pose. So let's get going. So we are going to get started in the chair, sitting on our bums, and just doing a little feel-good stuff to start off with. So just find yourself in a comfortable seat. Doesn't have to be the perfect seated posture. And grab your right foot if you can. And let's just start off by giving ourselves a little foot massage, just rubbing through the arches and around the ball of your foot. Maybe try to stretch it out with your fingers a little bit around the heel of your foot. I always like to take my toes and just sort of twist my foot back and forth. But just make it feel good. It shouldn't be painful. Although I feel like with foot massage, for me at least, it feels good if it's just a little bit on the edge of too much. You know, there's so much tension that we hold in our feet. So just make that feel good. Bring your feet to life. Maybe stretch your foot a little bit. Maybe slap your foot. Pound it with your fist. Just make it feel good. And there we go. Let's switch to the other foot and do whatever you did on the other side. Just try to really massage along the arch. The arch of the foot there, it tends to have a lot of tension. And I know it's a big there are a lot of pressure points here in massage and shiatsu. So just massaging right along that inner arch usually feels really good. And then just right there below the ball of your foot, there's another big pressure point. So again, just stretching out the foot, maybe twisting a little bit, using one hand to hold the foot and the other hand to twist. And yeah, just whatever feels good for you, massaging the heel. And then slapping it, whatever feels good. I hope you don't mind punching your foot. For me, it feels good. For you, might not. So there we go. So sit tall. And now try to find a correct seated posture. So try not to be arching your lower back. Actually, I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see me. Nice, correct sitting posture. Sitting nice and tall. And close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And now that you've massaged your feet, really try to feel them on the floor. Just notice the sensation of the soles of your feet touching your yoga mat or the floor or the carpet or whatever your feet are touching. And really press down through the sits bones and rise up through the back of the spine, rise up through the back of the head, making yourself as tall as you can. So we're going to take just a little moment throughout this practice to be a little bit more mindful, because those mindful aspects of yoga are what make it really amazing for reducing stress. So I'm certainly going to put an emphasis on a little bit of breath work and a little bit of mindfulness throughout this practice. So let's start off with breathing. So take a nice big inhale with me through your nose. And hold that at the top just for a bit. And then let it out through your mouth with a sigh. And again, nice big inhale, filling up. And hold just for a few seconds. And let that go again through your mouth. So keep breathing, nice big inhale and exhale. And we're going to start to do what's called Vishama Vritti, which means unequal fluctuations. So we're going to start to do an extended exhale. So for me, I'm going to try to do an inhale of a count of about 4 and exhale 8. For you, that might be 3 and 5, it might be 6 and 12, just whatever feels comfortable in your body. So we want to do half the count for the inhale as we are doing for the exhale, roughly. And just really try to make sure that you're doing it in a way that's easy and comfortable and steady. If you're gasping for air, you should pull back on the count. So here we go. I'm going to be doing 4 and 8, and you can keep up with me or go at your own pace. As you're doing this, see if you can grow a little bit taller with each inhale. And on your exhales, just lightly engage your stomach, lightly engage the abs. So keep going with that at your own pace. The extended exhales are another way to really reduce stress in the body. When we do the extended exhales, it's just a way of really sort of slowing down and bringing us down. So just do one more of those, one more round of that at your own pace. And on your exhales, start to round your back a bit as you engage your abs. So we're going to go a little bit faster for a cat-cow here. So inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. We'll keep going. Just starting to feel the movement of your spine. See if you can notice where your spine is moving and where it's not, and really sort of bring attention to those areas that feel stuck. It's not like you're going to open up magically, but the more attention you put there, the more you start to loosen up those little parts of your spine that are really stiff. So big inhale on the arches and complete exhale, really pushing all the air out as you're rounding. and then come back to center. I'm going to turn forward again here. So let's do some torso circles. So just spin your torso around like it's a top, just starting to open up all those little muscles around the waist and the lower back and the side body, and just keep breathing as you're doing this. Just nice, slow, deep Ujjayi breath. If you don't know what Ujjayi breath is, it's just a nice audible breath. And then move in the other direction. And again, I want to emphasize throughout this practice of just trying to make things feel good. So many people think that yoga is painful or it has to be painful. And often when you first start doing something, it can be painful. But the idea is to find ways to really find your comfortable edges with stretches and your comfortable edges with movement, so it's feeling good and it isn't painful. So go ahead and grab onto the side of your chair and stretch that right arm up overhead. Really anchor your right hip down onto the chair so it's not coming along for the ride. And just feel that nice stretch through the whole side from your fingertips all the way down through your waist. And again, see throughout if you can keep up with a nice, slow, deep breath. And then bring that arm down, lift up the other side. Again, really anchoring that left hip down into the chair so it's not coming along for the ride. Stretching up through your right finger or left fingertips. Make sure that your shoulders aren't coming up towards your ear. And if you really spin this hand around, spin the arm around, it'll sort of help to keep your shoulder down. If your hand is facing this way, it's easier for your shoulder to come right up there. So go ahead and release that. Now we're going to start building just a little bit of heat. And this could be something that doesn't feel as good, but I encourage you to do it at a level where it feels okay. So we're going to be doing something that's really great at opening up the chest. But your shoulders will get tired fairly quickly. So just take a break or stop doing it as soon as you feel like you need to. So turn your palms up. So we really want to, the emphasis here is really on opening up the chest. So see if you can really just feel this openness of your chest and your collarbones as you turn your arms up. And then start doing circles moving up and back. Just again, a nice slow, deep breath. And see as you're doing this movement, if you can really feel your chest muscles and your pec muscles opening up. So sitting really nice and tall, see if you can grow really nice and tall as you can through your spine as you're sitting here, as you're doing this movement. Nice, slow, deep breath. And whatever pace feels okay, if you can go fairly quickly with this, if that feels fine, or go really slow if you want to do bigger circles or smaller circles. Just again, I want to emphasize making this feel good. The intention of this is twofold. It's to open up the chest and it's to build a little bit of heat for us. And this is one of those things that feels even better having done it. As soon as you stop, it's a wonderful energy. So keep going with that. Really see if you can feel yourself stretching out from your chest, out through the fingertips as you're doing this motion. And keep breathing. Nice, slow, deep Ujjayi breath. And come to a stop whenever you need to. And don't worry, I'm not going to be doing this for much longer because it is hard. So just slowing down and coming to a stop. Bring your hands back to your lap. Close your eyes if they're not already closed and just notice how you're feeling. Notice how that movement made your chest feel. So go ahead and feel the soles of your feet again. And let's stand up. Lose the chair for now. So just to continue that chest opening a little bit as we were working there. So let's find a nice Tadasana here. So really pressing your feet down into the ground, feeling all four corners of your feet on the ground. Go ahead and lift your toes, spread them out and place them back down. Really see if you can claw your feet into the ground. So nice presence of Pada Bandha in your feet, a nice foot lock. Engage your thighs, shoulders back and down. Core is engaged. And bring your palms down by your side facing forward and see if you can really rotate the palms out as far as you can. And you should feel an opening through these chest muscles, the pecs and the anterior deltoids. And breathe. So really pulling your shoulders down away from your ears. See if you can feel your shoulder blades coming together on your back. So go ahead and release that. Shake your arms out. And let's interlace the fingers behind the back. Just do one more shoulder opener for now. So see if you can really roll your shoulders back and down, pulling your shoulders down away from the ears. And if you can, really stretch your fingers, your hands down towards the ground to straighten the elbows. Go ahead and engage your core, engage your feet. Make sure you're not dumping too much pressure into your lower back here. So engage the core to sort of keep that arch out of your lower back. And if it feels available, just bring your arms up away from your back just a little bit. So again, your mantra should be bring your shoulders down away from your ears. So if you're bringing your arms away from your back and your shoulders are creeping up, then that means you've gone too far. And really see if you can feel that openness through your chest. So go ahead and release your hands slowly, slowly, slowly. Let's do some half sun salutes to build a little bit more heat here. So inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. This first forward fold, just hang out at the bottom, just move around from side to side. Maybe grab your arms if that feels okay. Go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your neck and just give yourself a little bit of a neck massage as you're here. And again, take a nice big inhale and let that out through your mouth with a sigh. So coming to a place of stillness here, bring your hands down. Go ahead and on your next inhale, come up into a flat back. And exhale, fold again. And it's great to keep your knees soft. We're just opening up the hamstrings. Don't worry. If you can't touch the ground, it's fine if your hands are your shins or your knees. So go ahead and on your next inhale, go ahead and sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to prayer. So we're going to do a few of those at more of a pace. Make sure the outsides of your feet are parallel to each other. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. It's great to keep your knees bent. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. And exhale, hands to prayer. And keep going. Inhale up. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, really stretching the arms out, feeling the stretch through the side bodies. Exhale, stretching forward, making your spine as long as you can. Almost feel like you're falling forward. Inhale, flat back, really nice straight back, stretching out through the tailbone and up through the back of the head. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, bring it into your heart. A couple more, inhale up. Exhaling, folding. Inhale, flat back. And fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Last one, let's do a really slow, deep breath. So inhaling up. Maybe even longer exhale, folding. Inhale, flat back. And again, really slow exhale, moving like you're moving through molasses. And just hang out at the bottom here. Again, it's great to keep your knees bent. Doesn't have to be an intense stretch. Maybe move around a little bit from side to side. Turn your head, no, and then yes, and then no. And then slowly bending your knees, just one vertebra at a time, just slowly standing up. Really feel your feet on the ground. Let's go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your back again. Really gentle shoulder roll back and down, gently pulling your shoulders down away from the ears. And gently, if it's available to you, just lifting your arms up away from the back a little bit. Maybe close your eyes. And then go ahead and slowly release the hands. So grab your chair. And we're going to do pyramid pose over the chair, which is a forward fold. Should be nice and relaxing. A good way to isolate a hamstring stretch. So you want your feet to be, about 3 feet apart. Not too far. The front foot should be pointing straight forward. The back foot will be pointed at a slight angle. And if for any reason this is difficult for you with flexibility in that back leg, it's fine to keep that back foot off the ground, but it's better if you can keep it grounded. It just makes it a little bit easier for balance. So turning your hips towards that front leg, keep the front leg nice and strong. And if you really tighten your hamstrings, you can do this against a wall instead of over the chair. So you can just reach for a wall in front of you. But if you can, just go ahead and bring your hands to the chair and see if you can keep your back really nice and straight so you're not collapsing here. And just breathing into this. So engaging that right leg, and really see if you can find a comfortable edge to your stretch. And let's play with the edge a little bit. So on each inhale, just back out of the stretch a little bit, just a touch. And on each exhale, fold into it just a bit. Keep going with that. Inhaling's backing out, extending the spine. Exhaling is folding in, just letting go a little bit further into the stretch. Try not to lose the attention in the back leg. Try to keep the back leg nice and strong, and try to see if you can keep your hips squared to the front of the mat, squared towards that front foot. If you're flexible enough, if it's comfortable, just bring your arms down to the chair and let your head go, let your neck go. So go ahead and bring your left hand to the center of the chair there. Here, we're going to do a bit of a spinal twist. So go ahead and bring your right hand to your lower back if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, you can just bring it to your right hip, whatever works in your body. And we're going to twist over towards the right. So see if you can open up that right shoulder. So make sure that your hips are still staying relatively square. So you want to keep energy going out through that back leg. Make your spine really nice and straight. And on each inhale, see if you can extend a little bit up through the spine. And on each exhale, just rotating a little bit forward. And I know these spinal twists, especially this type of twist, can be a little bit difficult. So just come out of it whenever you need to, or reduce the amount of the twist, or whatever you need to do to make this work for your body. So bring your hands back to the chair. Bring your left foot forward. And bring that right foot back. So we're going to switch legs. So starting off here, again, it's great if your hamstrings are tighter, if you want to do this against a wall, so you don't have to bend so far forward. You can always do it against the top of a chair. Just make this work for your body. So back leg is nice and strong. See if you can square your hips to the front of the mat, pointing straight towards that front foot. Go ahead and engage the left leg. And just see if you can find a comfortable edge to your stretch, wherever that is. On each inhale, just back out of the stretch just a little bit, really straightening the spine. And on each exhale, just letting go into the fold a little bit more. And keep reminding yourself to keep energy in that back leg. And try to keep turning the hips, squaring the hips towards the front of the mat. If you're flexible enough, go ahead and bring your arms down to the chair. Wherever you're at, see if you can let your neck go. And keep reminding yourself, wherever you're at in this, to just try to find your comfortable edges. You don't want to be playing with the painful edges. You want to find a good stretch where it feels like you're doing something, but it doesn't feel like you've got to get out of this. So go ahead and bring your right hand to the center of the chair. And again, you've got options. If it's a little bit harder on your shoulders, you can just bring your left hand to your hip here. Or if you can, go ahead and bring the back of your hand to your sacrum and twist up towards the left. So again, we want to really have energy going out through that back leg, that right leg. Keep it nice and strong. And twisting up towards the left. This is a little bit more of a difficult spinal twist. So if this is too tough for you, feel like you don't have to twist as much. Just whatever's feeling okay for you. Wherever you're at, though, as you're inhaling, really extending up through your spine. And as you're exhaling, just twisting just a little bit more, whatever feels comfortable. And go ahead and release back down. Bring both feet forward and just hang over the chair. Put your head on the chair, or whatever this looks like in your body. It's fine to keep your knees soft. And again, they're going to come up really slowly. So bend the knees a little bit before you come up. And then one vertebra at a time. Just lifting up to a standing position. Really feeling your feet on the ground with your eyes closed. Just notice how you're feeling at this point. Notice what your energy is like. So go ahead and blink your eyes open. Move the chair out of the way for just a bit. We're going to be needing it again shortly. But let's just do a nice standing dynamic twist. Well, first we're going to do just a real flowy one. So just rocking from side to side. Just allowing your arms to flop. Bending into one knee and then the other. So twisting postures are really great at reducing tension because they help to loosen up the muscles along the spine, along the core, and that's where most of us have tension. A lot of yoga teachers say that yoga is really more about the spine than anything else. So the more we can do to twist and move and do side stretches, the more things we can do to mobilize the spine and reduce tension in the muscles, the more healthy we're going to be. So just nice, slow, deep breath here. And coming back to center. So we're going to do a standing twist here. And the purpose of this is really to, actually I'm going to turn the other way first. The purpose of this is really to help to both strengthen the muscles as well as reduce tension here. So we're going to be using just our muscles to twist and not using anything to assist us. So get a very similar stance as you had in the pyramid pose over the chair, and then just turn your arms in the opposite direction of your legs. So I'm doing right foot forward, left foot back, and then I'm twisting to the right. And breathe here. Again, keep that back leg really nice and strong. And try to really be nice and tall through this. There's a tendency in twist to really sort of collapse over, but see if you can almost do a back bend in your upper back. If for any reason the arms are difficult in this, feel free to bring your hands to your waist. Whatever you need to do this to make this okay. And we're just going to hold it for another breath or so. So one more big inhale here. And a complete exhale, just slowly letting go out of this. And swap to the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. If you're doing the same side as me, we're going to be twisting towards the left. So again, make sure your back leg is nice and strong so that hip isn't coming along for the ride. You want your hips to be relatively square here. And try to emphasize that you're doing almost a back bend in the upper back. So nice deep breath. As you're inhaling, see if you can grow a little bit taller. And as you're exhaling, see if you can twist a little bit more. And I imagine you're going to feel that one side is very different from the other. twisting in this direction towards my left is always more difficult for me than towards my right. I feel like I'm balancing that out after years of yoga, but it takes a while. None of us are truly symmetrical. And breathe, losing my balance a little bit, closing my eyes. So one more big breath here, nice big inhale. And let that go and slowly unwind. Coming back to center. And then grab your chair. Just a little bit more twisting here. So bring your arms up into cactus arms. It should be a little bit easier than what we just did. So inhale towards the left. Exhale back to center. Inhale right. And exhale. Just keep going. And again with this, I want you to think about on the inhale as you're twisting to grow a little bit taller. And on the exhale, just letting it go. And whatever pace you're going at is fine. You can be going slower than I am or faster. Just really see if you can feel the edges of your twist. And then let's go ahead and finish up with this last one. And come back to center. And go ahead and sit back in your chair. Close your eyes and just notice how you're feeling at this point. We're winding down. We don't have too much more to do. So go ahead and move your chair out of the way. Come down onto your back. And start off with your feet flat on the floor. Just find yourself in a comfortable position. Let's move around a little bit. See if you can make your neck really nice and long. Maybe bring your shoulder blades together underneath your back a little bit and open up the palms there. So your chest is opening up. So bring your right foot over your left thigh and just rock back and forth. And this should feel really good. It should be a little bit of a massage on that right hip. It should be a gentle twist. And this slow, deep breath. Don't force the breath, but keep breathing. We'll do just a little bit of a hip opener here because we have so much tension in our hips from moving around in the world. So if you can, we'll do thread the needle, bring your right hand in between your legs and grab onto the back of the left thigh. And left hand around the other side. If that's easy, if you're fairly flexible, you can always grab onto the shin. If both of those are difficult, you can always just leave your foot on the ground. We're going for a stretch here in that right glute, that right bum. See if you can keep your sacrum down on the ground, your lower back, a little bit of an arch in it. So pushing your bum down as you pull your leg forward into this stretch. This is a supine pigeon pose. I always love doing pigeon poses towards the end of the practice because they're such a wonderful way to let go. So go ahead and release that. Place both feet on the ground and then left foot over the right thigh. And let's start off by just rocking back and forth, giving a little gentle massage to that left hip. A little bit of a twist here in the spine. Opening up the lower back. Slow, deep breath, comfortable breath. And coming back to center here. And again, we're going to do thread the needle here. So whatever you did on the other side, bringing the left hand in between your legs, grabbing onto the right thigh. And either around the thigh, or if this is too difficult, you can just keep your foot on the ground. Or if you're more flexible, you can grab onto the shin there. Wherever you're at, see if you can keep a little bit of an arch in your lower back, really pushing your sacrum, your bum down into the ground. So you're not just curling up in the lower back there. And again, make this comfortable. If this is really difficult for you, if you're lifting up off the ground, if you're really stressed out right now, then pull back. Do an easier variation. So either grab onto your leg differently or keep your foot on the floor. Just however you can feel a stretch in that left glute. Should feel like a letting go. One more big inhale here. And let that go. Gonna finish up here with one more twist. So move your butt over towards the right a little bit. Straighten out that left leg, bend the right knee, and feel free to grab onto it with the left hand. Bring your right hand out to the side and stretch that knee over towards the left. I just got an adjustment in my spine. So again, just find your comfortable edge here. These spinal twists, I feel like this is the type of pose where almost everybody, as you come into it, you groan. But hopefully once you get into it, it feels okay. If it's not feeling okay, just back up a little bit. You don't have to try to reach your knee over to the floor. So whatever feels okay. So really see if you can anchor that right shoulder down into the ground so it's not coming up. And see if you can create length in that lower right back. So imagine that you're pulling your leg or your right hip away from that shoulder. So creating as much length as you can between that right shoulder and that right hip. And breathing. So go ahead and bring that right knee into your chest before you come out of the twist and slowly come back onto your back, really hugging the knee in. Go ahead and hug the left knee in as well. Bring your feet back down, scoot your bum over to the left now, straighten out that right leg, grabbing onto the left knee, bending that and twisting in this direction. Again, for me, this side feels very different from the other side. It's always a little bit harder. So see if you can keep that left shoulder anchored on the ground, looking over your left hand, left shoulder. That seems to help to anchor that down. So you don't want your left shoulder to be coming up. And really, again, see if you can feel an emphasis on creating length through this left side. So almost feel like you're pushing this left hip, pulling this left hip away from the left shoulder. So creating as much length as you can through here. Again, finding your comfortable edge here. You don't have to bring your knee towards the ground. Just wherever you're feeling the stretch, whatever this looks like in your body is fine. So one more big inhale. And exhale, pulling that left knee into your chest. And scooching your bum back to center. Bring both knees into your chest and just hug your legs, hug your knees, rock around a little bit from side to side. Make it feel good. So now we're ready for one final thing. A little Shavasana. So grab your towel or blanket and we want to place this underneath the spine. So I'm going to make it fairly long, about torso length, and fairly thick. And just put that up on the top of my yoga mat. So you can do this with towels or blankets or whatever. And you want to sit so that it's coming right to the base of your spine. And then just lay back. So we're going to do a Shavasana like this. So if you've got extra blanket at the top, you can use it to create a pillow, or just play around with it. Make yourself comfortable here. And stretch out your legs to a Shavasana shape. See if you can really bring your shoulder blades together. So you're emphasizing this opening of the chest that we're getting through this. This is a really great restorative way to open up the chest and the neck. So make sure your neck is really nice and long in the back. So you bring your chin out in towards your chest. Turn the palms up. So just get comfortable here. And we're gonna take nice Shavasana. Please don't skip out at this point. This is the most stress reducing aspect of yoga, just stopping at the end. And see if you can do a quick body scan, just from your toes up through your legs into your belly and lower back, up into your chest and upper back, down into your arms, forearms and hands, up into your neck and face and head. Make sure your face is nice and relaxed. Your eyes are soft and wide. Your jaw is relaxed. And then see if you can be present in your whole body at the same time. Just feel your whole body from your toes up through your head, out through your fingertips. And notice if you're holding on to any tension here at all. See if you can really allow yourself to melt into the floor. And let the breath go. Just notice what the breath's doing, but don't force it. See if you can just pay attention or meditate on the way the breath is moving the body, the gentle rise and fall of your belly. So slowly bringing your awareness back into your body. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then gently rolling over onto one side, roll off the blanket or towel underneath you. And use your arm as a pillow. Just lay on your side for a minute. And then slowly pushing yourself back up to a comfortable seat or a comfortable standing position. Just take your time. So there it is. I hope you feel less stressed. Take it easy on yourself today and just see if you can take that nice energy with you for the rest of the day. So don't move too fast. Just let that sink in. And I will see you in the next class. Namaste.